Hello everyone, this is an analysis on gold, starting things off on a daily time frame. You can see that we've had a very aggressive sell-off here. It's nothing new that most of you don't know already. The good part is though that despite I was actually expecting the price to pause at this level here around 12.95 or so. We broke a little bit lower here to actually catch that 50, which is what I wanted to see, is that 50 closer to here, which would have justified a 12.95 halt as far as the price falling further. But we did go ahead and bounce off the 50. We confirmed that on the second day here, and now we're essentially fighting with this 38.2 fib level as well as this downtrend line here. So dropping to the 4-hour time frame will give you a better clarification and clarity as to what the move is going to do. Now the way things look right now, obviously we're at the lower end of the sweep move here and also looking to get back above this 200. So I still think we'll see a test of this 200 around 1303. Break of that level puts us back above the 38.2 fib level and then onwards back up to test the 1310 and also the 50 period moving average. Now, assuming things do come together here, now looking at this 4-hour time frame on a stretched out move here, you can see that we basically paused midway between the 50 fib and 38.2, which is a good sign that price will try to at least get back above this fib level. And I think that if that does happen, which I'm kind of leaning towards that and stating, and I'm going to go ahead and state that I am still bullish at this level. I think this is a good opportunity to possibly load up a few longs here with minimal downside risk. If this level does happen to fail, then obviously we'll be heading down to about that 1280 mark, and then we'll have to see if support does hold at that level. Now, if that fails, then obviously we'll be heading to 61.8 level around 1265, which will be a pretty good location to load up more longs, and even better still if we fell back to test that downtrend line here that we were fighting with for years around 1240 or so. But I don't think we're going to see that. I think that we're going to pretty much take a pause here and ride that 50 on the daily, which is essentially right down in here. And if we're looking at things on a more close-up look here on this 4-hour time frame, you can see that this trend line here is the trend line to break out of. So once we do get support around that 38.2 level, around 1300, it should be a quick move up to around 1310, possibly even stretching out to around 1312, a retest of the downtrend line here, and then further move up higher to test the 23.6 fib, which is around 1321. So I still think we'll see those highs come in. We still have that big gap up here to fill. So in grand scheme of things approach, gold still looks pretty good. If you're looking to go long, then your opportunities were down here and also around 1297 or so, assuming these levels hold. If you're looking things on an hourly time frame and you're looking to take advantage of some trades, then obviously you're going to want to put in a support level here, or trend line support, just for visual purposes, obviously. And you can see that this is the level to watch. So on the hourly, the 50 is obviously the culprit to deal with here. Once we break below that, as you can see, the price moves dramatically and aggressively. So now that we are above this 50 on the hourly, and my moving averages here are still showing that the price still continues to look good for the bullish side, then we're looking at 1303 area or so, and an extension back up to about that 1310 level. And then on the hourly, you're looking at your 200, which will probably slope down to here, adding further to the resistance. But again, after we pop up here, I'm looking for a retest around 1303 and then potential higher highs from here. As far as higher highs, I mean continuing to grind higher outside of this downtrend line here, and then moving back up to that 23.6 near 1320 area, and then we'll have to see how aggressively gold continues to rise up from there. So if we look at this in a nice one stretch move, then this would be obviously the wave 1 and 2, then the next pop would be wave 3. But I am not an Elliott wave guy. I'm just trying to see the waves as they are. And if some of you are better at looking at the Elliott waves, then you may see things that I may not. But just looking at overall fibs and supply and resistance levels, then you're looking at the 50. Everything looks kind of good as far as a move back up to test that 23.6 level around 1320. So overall bullish. Still things are looking good. If these lows obviously break, then watch your, make sure that you have your stop losses in as always. But if this does happen to fail and we break lower, then we'll be looking at the support to be maintained near this 1280 level. Worst case scenario around 1276 near the bottom of this wick here. So two opportunities here if this price does happen to fall lower. But just make sure that you're playing accordingly. Watch your lower time frames, your hourly, your 4-hour, to see if things are going to get worse. Then just watch your trend line here. If this happens to resist that 38.2 fib level and then break lower, then obviously will be potentially heading lower again, which then will be below the 50 period moving average on the daily, and things look more bearish. So that hasn't happened yet. Still thinking that we see a move similar to this where we test that trend line. So again, 1303 is the level. Break that, then you're going up to about that 1310. I thank you all so much for watching, subscribing to my channel. If you have any feedback, please feel welcome to leave the comments in the section below. Any questions that you would like some answers as far as free consultation or whatever it may be, you can reach me via email, thetradersperspective@gmail.com. Hope you all had a great rest of the week. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you all on Wednesday evening per my usual bi-weekly video updates.